Okay, it's obviously it's not in the right place now, but that's because I've moved it. Spent a lot of time lining up a line, getting some tape lines going here, and it's time to make some cuts, I guess, just so it doesn't overlap this any longer. Oh boy, here it comes. Eek. Alright, let's speed this up a bit. This goes on for somewhere around an hour plus. Maybe close to 2 once it's all said and done. Yeah. This just even, you know, pulling the trigger on this thing to start cutting was a little hair raising, and I don't have any hair. It was yeah. Tell you what though, this I don't even know what you call it. It's a 4-inch grinder, battery grinder from Ryobi. Super handy. It did really good with this. I think I bought a thinner cutoff wheel for this, specifically like a 1/16 kerf instead of the 1/8 kerf that comes with it by default. It was kind of hard to find those, but I wanted a real thin blade for doing these cuts. And of course, as you see, I'm also not trying to cut through it all at once. I'm taking my time cutting through, you know, making a channel and slowly following that channel, because I don't want to overheat the plastic. This is one of those things where if you overheat it, it's going to start bubbling and melting, and then the melted pieces are going to stick and they're going to cause cracks. So the last thing you want is to overheat any part of it and crack it. It's, again, the good thing about using an abrasive disc to cut it is that it's like throwing chips everywhere. I thought it was making powder, so I put the mask on. I really didn't like the smell it was creating when I was cutting it, so I put that on. Other people say you don't need to, but I disagree when it comes to creating such fine microplastics. Really don't want them in my lungs. Yeah, good tool for this. Okay. Yeah, I was obviously even then I was pretty happy with how it turned out. As you can see, it cut about 1/4 inch off the whole thing. It still needs a lot of work. We're going to sand it for a bit here just to sort of get rid of some of the initial rough edges that were created. So I'm just trying to sand it down a bit with, I don't know what side of that sanding block I'm using. Tried the card scraper for a little bit here. It's more for finishing. It does do a good job of pulling material away, but I wanted to use the sanding block at first to really sort of get the cut edges off, and then this can finish it down. It can also, obviously, you can use it to make the beveled edge that you want to use or want to make that Vance recommends. So I'll talk about that here now. Cool thing about doing the edges like this is with the thickness of the shaving you get, you can see how wide the edge you created was. So that edge is about a 16th, maybe 32nd. Yeah, about a 32nd thick. And it gets thinner as I go down because I haven't created an edge here yet. So I can tell when I'm about done by looking at the width of the shavings.
course, this is going to have to get trimmed later, but I'm putting an edge on it so that way, or rather I'm taking the edge off of it so that way I can actually move it with less fear of cracking. So removing all the stress risers here.
And the thing about the width of the shaving assumes a 45-degree hold on a 90-degree angle piece, of course.
Well, happy to say that in this spot we still need more trimming, but everywhere else it's just barely cleared. So barely cleared here, barely cleared. A little more trimming required here. This looks really good. This looks really good. Needs some more trimming on the other side. That's fine. I'm happy with that for a first fit. It's not going to work with a rear window in place, but if I have to sand it down a bit more, that's okay.